What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM. So, guys, I want to talk about this, and this spins off from yesterday's episode where I talked about tomorrow's not going to make you happy. I really want to talk about being passionate. It is so important to be passionate about what you do, and it's so important to be passionate in life. Now, granted, you're going to do a lot of things in life that are not your passion. You're going to do a lot of things in life that are not enjoyable to do. However, this ties back into that long-term goal that I've been talking about for the past 3 episodes. If you are passionate about the goal, not just like, cool, I just want it to be done. That's what's going to bring me happiness. No, it's really choosing to be content in the journey and today, and you are trying to accomplish something great and big in your life. It's something that's hard, because that's the thing about long-term goals. They're hard. That's why they take a long time, right? There's trial involved. But if you're passionate about that and you're content in the day, life is going to get a lot better, right? You could be passionate about being the best coder in the world. You could be passionate about being the best woodworker and master craftsman in the world. You could be passionate about being an artist. And then you go down that journey to pursue that passion, and you have an end destination. But the journey is what makes the end goal great. The goal itself is not what is great. It's the journey to get there, right? And I've talked a lot about summiting Everest. I never have, but I think it's a great analogy to look at, right? The summit is the end goal, but it's the journey and the climb up there that makes that end goal great. And so if you have a great goal to accomplish, there's going to be a journey along the way. It's going to be arduous. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be amazing. And there's going to be hardship and sadness. There's going to be all these things mixed and tied in. And I think it's so important to really look at that and to understand, oh, that's part of this. And that's why passion's important about it. The other side that I want to say is this as well. You've got to be creative with the journey and with what you're doing. So if you want to make money at your passion, you got to be creative about it. You have to be creative about it. You cannot just approach it as just a simple hobby, right? How are you actually going to make money with it? There's creativity involved. And let me tell you something. Creativity is not being able to paint or play music, okay? I have met a bunch of highly creative individuals that are brilliant with math, with systems, with logic, and they're highly creative. And so if you're a person who's much more detailed oriented, you're a person who is more on the logical side or mathematics side, like, oh man, I'm not creative like that, I couldn't sing. That's not creativity. Creativity, the way I define it, is being able to take something, to take an object and conceptualize it differently, look at it from different perspectives, and be able to see it from different aspects. And then it opens up new doors and pathways, right? And so those two things I think are so important in the journey because, again, going back to that Everest analogy, you're going to run into obstacles and problems you didn't think about. And then you have limited gear, you have limited resources, and creativity is a vital piece to being able to overcome those in the moment. What are you going to go back? What are you going to go back to? Right? You climb up to a point on Everest, the air's too thin for any helicopter to come up there. That's why they have to bring people down to a certain place if they're able to get rescued. And so you're in a tight spot. What are you going to do? Right? You have to be creative. And I think this is so important. Again, like things like this are very apparent in the business world. And the reason why is nobody ever has laid out a way of this is how you do it. There's no like, cool, this is how you do it. This is how math works. This is how business works. Nobody has really ever laid out a way for this is how you do it because honestly, the options are endless. You can do it however you want. And there are many ways to get to the same objective, right? Now, there are certain principles that are universal. There are certain things that apply that are universal, right? There are certain things like that. Like if you develop a product and nobody wants it because it really doesn't solve a problem for them or in their life, you're not going to sell anything. Cool, that's true. But that's still wide open because that doesn't really limit the amount of products you could or could not create. It just tells you don't make a bad one. Make sure you're solving a problem with it. And so this is not normally how it is in society, and we don't think of it this way, but it's the same thing. Cool, you want to get a job and you want to get a high-paying job? Okay, get a skill set that solves a really big pain point for a company. And that is pretty universal across the board in high demand. There you go. There's a high paying job. So if you're thinking about going to college, I would encourage you to look at market spaces. How's the market changing? You know, welding's in high demand, metalwork, carpentry, all that stuff. That's where the jobs are going. There's no labor. And so there's good money there. Just saying. And again, it is about the journey, not just always. And a lot of times it's not just always doing what you love up front, but oftentimes you got to do stuff that you don't love to get where you want to go. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.